Hey, how's it going? Oh, pretty good, not too bad. Down here at the boat ramp, getting ready to put in Smith Mountain Lake, and we are gonna do a video on NEKO rigging. NEKO. I like NEKO. NEKO sounds like Geico, Rayco. I like NEKO. Do a video on how I rig the NEKO rig. I've got some questions on my YouTube channel. Hey, can you do a NEKO rig video? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. It's pretty simple, actually. I'll break it down and show you what type of rod I use in my line, and you know, what kind of hook and what kind of baits, and how I set it up and how I fish it. Simple enough. Look at this guy right here, interrupting my shot. Old Taff.
Nah, the camera ain't got shit.
Big sexy right here coming up here. Tell me something about that NEKO rig, man.
I know nothing about that damn thing.
A deer? I need a bumper. That's my boy Taff right there. He's a good dude, man. I've known him since elementary school. He's gonna put in and see if he can get on a little something. Yeah, I think we're about ready to roll. Let's do this. All right, let's talk about the NEKO rig and how I rig it, what kind of line I use, what kind of hook I use, what kind of rod I use, what kind of baits I use. I'm gonna show you everything that I use for a NEKO rig, okay? And I'm not an expert at this technique. Earlier this year is the first time I ever fished with it. I think it was early spring or mid-spring, something like that. And I was skipping docks with it and throwing it up on the bank, like towards riprap and stuff like that. It will get hung up easy if you don't use a weedless hook. It's just like a Senko, okay? Just think of throwing a Senko and you work it a little bit different. The action is gonna be different than a Senko. So you're not gonna get that undulating fall. It's gonna be more like a glide. I really like the Gamakatsu Brent Ayler stinger hooks for NEKO rigging, and I used to use a drop shot split shot hook. You can still use that. You can use that. I just find that the hookup ratio is a lot better with these a little bit bigger hook. You know, it's got a little bit bigger gap and a little bit meatier. And the kind of knot I tie, it's personal preference. I don't know what kind of knot this is, but you know, I'll just tie like a regular, whatever kind of knot this is. I think it's called the jack leg knot. Go around there about 8 or 9 times, slip it through there, okay, wet it, and I also throw this on 12-pound Sunline SX1. I think's the name of the braid that I use, and I use like probably a 3 to 4 foot Sunline shooter 8-pound test leader. And sometimes I'll get crazy and I'll use 6-pound tests. Just depends on how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm feeling froggy, I might go to 4, or I might go to 2. It don't matter. And then my favorite NEKO bait is the quiver, because that's what I learned to throw the NEKO rig on, was a quiver. And in the quiver we have 2 different sizes. We have a 6.5, and then we have a 4.5. I like the 4.5s. I think you can handle them a lot better. They're not as floppy as a 6.5, especially like for NEKO rigging. And what I like to do is you want to rig it just like you would a Senko. So you're going to put it right in the middle, and then you're going to bring the hook through just like a Senko, okay? But the only difference is you're going to put a weight in. And the weights I like to use, like if I'm fishing around docks or riprap, you know, if I'm fishing, you know, 6 foot or less, I'm gonna go with the 1/32 weight, just because I'm gonna get that slower fall. If I can find what I did with them. Okay, right here. Yeah, that's the 1/32. Like, all right, let me go with like 8 foot or less. Okay, I'm gonna fish with the 1/32 weight. And this is what the weight looks like. These weights are made by Missile Baits, and when I first started fishing in NEKO, you could not find a weight that would actually stay in the worm without throwing it out, because I'm a dock skipper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a dock skipper for life, bruh. So I was throwing them lead weights out left and right, And then John come up with the idea of a NEKO weight that we produced that would not come out. And it's the perfect NEKO rig weight. I'm not saying it because I work here. I'm saying it because it's the truth. And that's all you're going to get here is it's straight up truth. Okay. So then you just want to take that weight. All right. Like I said, this is the 132nd. You just want to push it in the end just like that. Make sure it's nice and snug. And what's going to happen is that weight has a keeper on it. It's not coming out. All right. You can skip, cast, whatever. It's not coming out. So that is how I rig a NEKO rig. Some people call it NEKO, some people call it NEKO. I think NEKO sounds like gecko. NEKO is like, I don't know. I just don't like NEKO. You know, I like NEKO. That's the way I rig this one. And then let me tell you something else. So like I said, I throw this on Sunline SX1 braid, 12 pound. And then I have a 8 to 6 pound Sunline shooter fluorocarbon leader, which is going to be about 3 to 4 foot, something like that. And that's how I'll rig us up. And then I've got this on a Denali medium. I like throwing it on a drop shot rod. All right. I like throwing it on a drop shot rod. You know, I think it's a better hookup ratio. You're not ripping it out of the fish's mouth. It's any kind of rod with a medium action, you know, like you would just use your drop shot rod. All right. Don't go get a NEKO rod. Use a drop shot rod. And I'm gonna show you one more setup that I like to fish for deeper fish, which I haven't really done a lot of. I've spent a lot of time just skipping docks with it. Like I said, it's a new technique to me, and I feel like that you could really, well, you know what? I take it back. No, I don't. I'm gonna keep going with what I'm saying. Let's move on. So another deal is what I really want to try, especially with it being cold like this. I want to get around like some bait. You have some fish that's congregated around structure. You know, water temp's 45 degrees, so they could be anywhere. Wherever the bait is, that's where they're gonna be. But I just want to see if I can like drop it in, you know, like a school and just kind of work it like a spoon. You know what I'm saying? And just see if that would work, especially like the 4.5. But I would put a bigger weight in it. And this weight right here is the 1/16 weight. It's a little bit bigger. It's going to fall a little bit faster, and we also have bigger weights too, which wouldn't be a bad idea, just to kind of get it down there and, you know, just kind of spoon it over top of that school. You never know. I mean, I don't know. That's why I said I'd like to try it, but I haven't tried it. I'm just giving you some ideas on different ways to fish it. I'm going to go around these docks and just kind of show you how I work it around docks, just because I haven't really fished it offshore enough to show you. So, but you know, if I see something offshore, I'll do it, and we can learn together, right? We can learn together, just like Bob Ross. Bob Ross was way better at what he does than I am, but let's fish these docks. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Let's fish these docks. Bow. We could very well catch a striper on this too. A lot of striper fishermen. I've seen a lot of boats go up and down today. Fish these boat slips real quick. Just kind of let it sink. And then just pump it a couple times, let it sink. Pump it a couple times, let it sink. You might need to be a little bit slower with it being cold, but you know, I don't know. And that's another way I like to fish it, is pitching it. And I'll pitch drop shots like it too. I just find out I'm more accurate, especially with the spinning reel. Especially when it's little, you know, close, you know, tight quarters or whatever, when it's a little bit tight. I'm just kind of pumping that rod, pumping that bait, letting it come up, just letting it sink real slow. And like I said, it's gonna have a slow sink, because here's another good thing like about the quiver. The quiver floats. All right, so when you add weight to it, it's not like a super fast fall. So that 1/32 is perfect for fishing around docks and stuff like that. And you can swim it. You can swim it through these docks. You know, fish it. Think kind of like a Senko, but a little bit different. Kind of the same mindset, but just a little bit different. Different fall. Different technique. Seriously. And that's another thing I'd recommend, like which I don't have any yet, but Gamakatsu does make a stinger hook that's weedless. That would be awesome for fishing around docks and stuff. So you won't, because you will get hung up. You will get hung up. Put it right there on that little edge of that dock right there, and see if old Biggin ain't there hanging out. Just might be a little hungry. Nope. Actually, what I really should be doing right now is cranking, but I'm showing y'all how I throw this and how I rig it and how I pump it. Pump, pump, give. Pump, pump, give. Let it sink. Excuse me. These docks right here are a little shady because there's a lot of cables tied to them, so you can get hung up really freaking easy. These are actually really good topwater docks, like in the spring and fall. They're good jig docks. Oh my God, I just had one. I just freaking had one. Come on, bro, stop joking. Pump, pump, give. Come on. Me just jabbering. Eat it again. Dang. I had one just come up and eat it. And me not paying attention because I'm sitting here trying to educate. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they're good topwater docks. They never eat wacky. I'm just kind of saying that to psych the fish out so I can get another bite. See if we can't get it up underneath this dude right here. They skip great. The 4.5, the Quiver 4.5 skip, awesome. And when they eat it, you'll see your line jump if you're paying attention. You gotta pay attention. You'll see your line jump, you'll feel it. You'll feel it when they eat it. Because I know everybody has thrown wacky rigs around docks, around whatever, just in general. Have wacky rig before, so it's the same bite, same feel. That was crazy because that fish picked it up on the fall. And the way these things fall, like when you throw it out there, you know, you've got that tail on that quiver just kind of flaps. And it's like, come here, come here, come here and talk to me. Dude, I could fish docks all year round. I think the reason I love fishing docks so much is because it's actually something for me to target. Now I like fishing brush and stuff like that, and I like cranking, but if I'm throwing a jig or, you know, wacky rig or even a drop shot, I don't know, I just like fishing docks. Well, that's about it for today. I hope you learned something on the NEKO rig, how to rig it, what weights to use, what I like using, how I cast it, work it, flip it, pitch it, whatever. And you know, I'm no expert at it, okay? So take it easy on me. But I'm gonna be throwing it more this winter, especially in this colder weather, and see if I can't get on a decent pattern. It might be a part 2, fishing a NEKO rig, or wintertime NEKO rig fishing. So hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Elbow smash that like button. You can catch me on, you know, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, OnlyFans. Until next time, we'll catch you